Coming up on Relatables.
I do wish I had more appreciation.
Really? That's a good one. Yeah.
I've been stopping myself a lot lately to be like, oh, whoa, no, I need to appreciate this.
That makes me think about joy too. Because sometimes when we're doing something good or we're having a fun time, my head's already, it's sort of in appreciation too. Like my head's like focusing on the most little minute bad thing. I can't appreciate what's going on right now.
Jake and Artie, the Relatables party.
The Relatables podcast is hosted by myself, Jake Craig, a.k.a.
Daddy.
And my partner in crime, Otway Conrad Clark, a.k.a. Mummy.
Exposing my real name right now, man.
Oh, all right. We have an exciting stuff for this episode. Last week, we failed at Make Them Say. And I think what we did good was that I don't think she knew we were playing it.
No, that's the whole point of it. We can't I think the first attempt when you got them, you were like too to the point. We have to have it in a little bit of a conversation.
Fuck, okay.
Just a little bit. So if you don't know what's going on, this is where we call one of our lovely listeners and they have the chance to win a hat. But if we make them say the word, they don't win the hat.
Yes.
And if you want to submit to this game, all you have to do is link in the description of this video and name and number. That's it. Simple
Name,
as.
number, your address gets put in there so we know where to send the hat. All right. So this week, we will be calling Adriana.
Yes. Beautiful name.
And we are making her say the word cereal.
Cereal. The random word generator has cursed us today.
I think cereal's easier than quality.
Oh,
we had quality last week.
She's going to be like, why are these guys talking about breakfast cereal?
What's your favorite fucking? Oh man, okay. The one that we got was really Let's just go into it. Adriana.
Let's call her.
Hello.
Hello, Adriana. It's Oddie and Jake from the Relatables podcast. How are you going?
Oh, hi. I'm good. I'm working right now.
No way.
Do you have a quick minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're just calling you to tell you you've won a hat.
Hello.
Hello. we're calling to tell you you've won a Relatables hat.
Yay!
Yay! What's
Yay.
Did you say that you're working?
Yeah, I'm working.
What do you do for work?
Housekeeping attendant.
Oh, housekeeping attendant. That's all right. Is that like early starts?
Yep.
Early starts. Damn. How do you fit breakfast in?
You give me the question. It's kind of hard for me to answer them.
Oh, what do you usually have for breakfast in the morning?
Usually they will give like the normal one, eggs, bacon, this kind of thing.
Oh,
fair enough. Yeah, pretty big fan of eggs and bacon. Well,
I dabbled in more. What did I have? I had a kid and all like some cornflakes. Did you ever have any of that?
Yes, we do.
You did.
They still need to attract the kids, so
yeah.
You know.
What are the kids like?
The kids always have those kind of thing, and then the milk
and
we milk, and we do have like a few types of the cornflake as well. Not only one type.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. Lucky kids. Well, thank you very much.
We have to ask you, what color hat would you like? We're going to ship one to you.
Pink.
Pink?
Pink it is.
Pink it is. Well, thank you very much for listening and submitting, and have a good day. Enjoy work.
Yay. I really love your podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love
Bye.
you.
Bye.
We love you. Bye.
Aww,
she was so sweet.
She was so sweet. And I was just like, after the first attempt, I was like, I don't even want to do it to her anymore. That's so fun. It's so hard.
I think that was about a minute too.
That was about a minute. I was like, yeah, we got to wrap that up.
We've lost the last two now. That was hard. We did our best there. We really tried to.
Yeah. Once she
you.
said the whole thing about breakfast, I was like, I'm not going to keep asking her questions about breakfast.
I didn't even know what she said. About
something about eggs and bacon.
Yeah, damn.
Oh, well.
All right, Jake, we're figuring out that when you're in a relationship or even when you're single, we start to put these fake scenarios in our heads and the heads of our partners as well.
Yeah.
The other week, you came to me with a question. It was, what was it again? It was.
Did I give you? Oh, the
driving.
Driving?
Yeah, how I was driving to save a girlfriend. Would I put music on?
Oh, I was ages ago. Yeah. Scenarios.
So I have another scenario for you right now.
Yes. I love these.
But you have to go into the mind of a girl right now.
Oh, yep. Easy.
Done. Didn't even take a second.
Easy money, mate.
And answer
So
this.
actually, this morning I woke up and I ran out of moisturizing cream. It was really weird. So I had to go online and buy some more. And then my breakfast, I burnt my toast, which sucked, but I still ate it because I didn't have time to make any more. And then, yeah.
Yep. Anyway, well, we got a podcast to get on with, mate. Funny you mentioned moisturizer. So here's the question. I'm not going to say anymore.
In the mind.
Your fiance gets kidnapped when you're in a foreign country. You stay out till 2 a.m. searching with the authorities, but eventually you call it and have to return to your hotel. Do you still do your skincare routine? Oh. Yes or no?
Whoa. Look, I mean, yeah.
I'm gone, mate. You can't find me.
I mean, I don't see why not.
No?
I paid money for it.
Brought it all that long way?
Yo, okay. Foreign country, my fiance is gone. Get back to the hotel.
He could be gone for good and you're just moisturizing
I get back to the hotel. Actually, you know what? I'm not sleeping that night. You know?
But you're still going to do your skincare routine?
No, I won't do my skincare routine because I'm not sleeping because I'm up.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm sleeping. Even if I'm up, like I'm not getting ready for bed at any point because I'm not even getting into the bed. If I fall asleep, I'm falling asleep sitting up, and then as soon as my head rocks over and I wake up, I'm back out searching for my fiance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good answer.
Yeah. What about you?
I think I would be... No, I'd probably do my skincare routine.
Well, I mean, if the authorities are saying you got to go get some rest,
Yeah, I've got to go
keep looking tomorrow. Then
Girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, mate.
Maybe I do my skincare routine because
I'd say do it.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, because girls like even on a big night out. My girlfriend said, like she said she could go and have the biggest night ever, but she's no matter what, she's having a shower and washing her face and doing her skincare.
Well, that's because they got to get the makeup off their face before they go to bed because it gets on the pillows and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, but like thinking about like I have come home from big nights out and just like passed the fuck out, fully clothed.
Yeah, but you're one of those fully clothed. You're one of those boys who just like can do anything and they won't get a pimple.
True. A big nights out. What do?
I get home and have a shower.
Really?
Yeah, I get the sweat off.
No matter what?
I have a shower no matter what.
Really?
I like to feel fresh before I go on my sheets.
Whoa.
Yeah, do you not?
On big night, no.
If it's massive and I get home and I'm stumbling home, then I'll pass. That's only been like 3 times ever.
Yeah, every time I've had a big night, no shower.
There was one night. Oh, I remember this. This is throwing myself under the bus once. I don't know what it was. Is it called what's sleep paralysis?
Sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
Yeah, what is it?
I think it's when you're awake but you can't move and there's supposed to be like a fucking demon in the corner or something.
Maybe it's sleep paralysis, but talking about big nights, one night one of the only nights I got back and I didn't have a shower. I just passed out in bed. I woke up before it was sunny and I had to go take a piss. Obviously been drinking a lot.
Yeah.
And for some reason I was half asleep, but I couldn't find the door to my room.
What?
At all. And I was feeling I must have been completely blind still. I was feeling all the walls, couldn't find the door, and I didn't know where I was, so I had to go back to sleep. And when I woke up in the morning, there's all stuff thrown on the ground and shit from me, trying to figure it out. Yeah, my bedside table was completely off the wall and shit.
What?
Yeah, I was
full moving tables.
I couldn't find the door, and I was this is scaring the fuck out of me. And I had to.
And you just flop back into bed. Did you piss the bed?
No, I just ended up. I think I was scared. I just went back to sleep. I didn't piss the bed.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was wigging though, and I was how can I find the door? I knew I was in my bedroom, but I couldn't find the door.
That's so freaking weird.
That was scary.
That's so weird that you couldn't find the door in your bedroom because just put your hand on the wall and just go.
That's what I was doing because I couldn't find it, so I just started doing that.
You definitely had your hand on the wall and you were just going like this.
Yeah,
and you were just doing one spot.
Yeah, probably just behind my bedside table.
Oh, that would have freaked me out as well.
It did. It freaked me so much, and I was damn, I don't know where I am.
I'm trying to think if I've ever had sleep paralysis, but I can't think of.
You're a good sleeper.
I actually am a pretty good sleeper. Yeah, I'm pretty good at falling asleep. Yeah, I'm pretty good at falling asleep.
I remember one time in Byron Bay when we were together partying, you went home with a friend. An actual friend.
Yeah, we were with friends.
Yeah,
and me and him went home together.
Yeah. And I went back to sleep on top of my car in my rooftop tent. And I remember I passed out with my my tent wide open, my feet just outside the tent.
I remember that.
Because I was just so drunk.
I went home with a friend that lived in Byron and I got to sleep in a house that night.
Yeah.
And then I remember in the morning going back to the campsite we were at, and I think you were still in there.
Yeah.
And I just remember you being like, oh, yeah, no, I was fucked last night.
I remember I wrote, because we bought bikes so we could ride everywhere drunk.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to drive our cars drunk.
Yeah. It was
responsible.
such a good way to get around. Also, apparently also illegal.
Is it?
You can get, if you're caught riding a bike drunk, then you can get fined.
That's the worst rule.
Yeah.
Like, let me ride my bike drunk. Like,
I agree.
like, surely.
Like, I'm doing, like, what do you want me to do?
Imagine getting breath tested riding your bike and like, sorry, mate.
I just throw the bike and be like, I'm not on it. I'm not even on it.
What do they say? You're going to have to take that bike license yours, mate.
That night, I freaking just found a bike in the street.
Yeah, you stole one.
But it was just in the middle of the street. Like, it was in an alley.
Why did I have a bike and you didn't?
No. I had a bike and you had a bike, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened was I was with our friend and they were on my bike.
Yeah.
And I was walking and I had a meat pie and I was like, I'm sick of this. Whip, threw the meat pie and saw this bike and got on the bike.
It's like fucking Mario Kart or something. Powered up with my meat pie. Whoop! Onto my bike. Speed run home.
Oh, how funny. How funny. I wanted to bring up last week, you shared your notes
Yes, I did.
that you did with Cassie.
The Adventures of Casemiro.
And someone sent us a nice message, okay? It says, boys, just listen to your latest ep, Make Her Your Queen, where you talk about the first date idea and the adventures with Casemiro. Made me want to share the amazing first date I went on recently and how to win a girl over from the get-go. So I matched with a guy on Hinge, and we messaged very little before he asked me to go out to the vineyard he works at for a little date. When I arrived, we had some small talk, then hopped in the buggy and he took me for a drive around the vineyard. Then we pull up and he had set up a beautiful little platter, picnic blanket, wines and music all ready to go. It was such a beautiful first date and he made the best impression from the get-go. Even if it had turned out that we didn't vibe, it would have been a memorable experience. This was only 2 days ago, but the date went amazing and we hung out again yesterday. To all the men out there, go for it with the first date. Love the pod. Keep up the amazing work, guys.
That is very good, but
Yeah?
very much relies on your job, like where it is. You can do that anywhere with a picnic or whatever or anything.
Yeah.
But that experience of like the vineyard and a buggy and
Well,
stuff.
he's lucky he has access.
Like imagine we just put a little picnic blanket in our studio. Like, come in here, Cassie. Fucking.
Like, I wonder if the only thing I would be worried about with maybe setting up a picnic somewhere public, right, that everyone has access to is setting it up
You gotta leave it there.
and then leaving it there.
I've always thought that.
And then leaving it there and then going to the place where you said you'd meet to go for a walk or something maybe, and then you walk over to your picnic blanket and you're like, actually, I set this up for you. You could go all out and you could ask a friend to
Mind it for you.
mind it for you, or even you just go to their house, you give them all the picnic stuff, right? And then you say, look, I'm going to pick her up at this time. We're going to start our walk here at this time. All I need, please, is for you to set the picnic up just like 5 to 10 minutes before and then fuck off.
Yeah.
And then it looks like it's been there from the get-go.
Even if you saw someone's friend setting up a picnic, I reckon you'd be like, fuck, this guy's like put some effort into this.
Yeah, even if she saw your friend setting it up and then he's like, shit, and run.
But I think the misconception is you're going to do too much. But what we're figuring out is you can't do too much. And there aren't really any bad ideas. But if you're being semi-smart, like I remember for a date, you brought cold pizza once. And she loved
a picnic,
it.
cold pizza. I remember this was early days of the podcast, and we did put on our story.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys listening to this and you remember this, you're an OG of OG listener.
Yeah.
So we put on the story. I was going on a freaking date and had the night before bought pizza, and I bought an extra one to bring cold pizza to the date.
Yeah.
And you, I think, were like, don't do that.
I thought
and
it
I
was
was
weird.
like, dude, I'm confident.
Yeah.
And then we did it in the story, and everyone, I think in majority, was like, don't do that. And I did it anyway. And it was a hit.
But I also think it comes down to effort because she thought this guy's gone out the night prior because you had a date at like 11 o'clock or something.
Yeah, like a lunch date the next day.
Yeah. The pizza shops weren't open or whatever. And then he's gone out the day prior, thought about it, what pizza I'd like, gone home, wrapped it up in aluminium foil.
I guessed what pizza she liked. I had to take a wild guess.
Yeah, but still, it's like the effort going into it is kind of what's the reward rather than just a cold pizza.
Yeah.
It's more than that,
Yeah.
which I think it goes into like this picnic or wine or anything like that. Even if a friend set it up and it's not set up very nicely, like it's the thought that counts.
I brought a fucking an old curtain as the
No,
picnic
that was my
blanket.
curtain.
It was your curtain.
I remember Jake was trying to leave. He's like, I don't have a picnic blanket, and like his towel was wet or something.
Yeah.
And I was like,
your towel's not big enough.
I just bought these curtains that weren't the light came through, so I didn't use them. I was like, here, take this.
How funny. How friggin' funny. But yeah, I don't know. I say go all out.
Yeah, 100%. You got nothing to lose. 100%.
All right, I think I don't know if I've said it on here or if I've asked you before. Oh, no, sorry, told you before that I don't know how the topic came up between my girlfriend and myself, but we've never told each other's body count.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know hers and she doesn't know mine.
I'm the same.
Yeah. And, but I don't know how the body count thing came up the other day. I think we might have been talking about, like, you know, what number is too high? And then I think we had the
That's
conversation.
a dangerous conversation.
I think we had the conversation of like, but at the same time, it's like, it doesn't really matter how high it is because it's like, I'm with you now.
Yeah.
And because I think she might, she knows of someone that has a big one.
Yeah.
Right?
We all do.
Yeah, we all know someone with a big one. and so she goes like, oh, look, I don't want to know it, but I think she really does. But she goes like, it's not like 50, is it? And I was like, fuck no. Oh, I was like, look, don't stress. But also I was thinking like, what is the right? I was like, there's no really right answer.
I reckon it's tough for your girlfriend too, because like our industry, there's a misconception, I reckon, that like we used to pull.
Fuck no, we didn't, bro.
Just because we have this podcast.
So I thought it was funny. And it made me think of questions girlfriends ask that have no right answer.
Oh, yeah.
There is a lot.
I bet there is.
I had that one for Beth of her saying like, so it's not like 50, is it? And I was like, no.
I reckon they give
Imagine
you one
if it was like
question
49.
a day. Yeah. Like, no, that's crazy.
But she's not asked me these ones, but it did make me think of some of... Oh, no, she asked me one of them as a joke.
Should I try and answer them or just not even attempt it?
We'll see if you can.
Yeah.
The first one she did ask me as a joke. And we were in the Gets.
Yeah.
Right? Just driving in the car. And she goes, have you ever fucked someone in here?
The correct answer is straight up no, as quickly as possible.
Yeah. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, do I say no straight away or does that sound like I'm lying? Do I ponder for a second or does that sound like I'm lying? When's the perfect amount of time to say no?
I think everyone has that thought in their head of their car.
Yeah. So that's the one she'd asked me as a joke. We laughed. And then...
we laughed, yes I have.
So questions girlfriends ask that have no right answer. Well, you must have thought your ex was pretty, didn't you?
Oh, I don't even know what your answer
You're
now.
like, well, yeah.
I did at the time.
Feel like if you say no, she's like, so you date ugly girls?
Yeah.
You trying to say I'm ugly? And you're like, no, she was pretty.
So you still think she's pretty?
So you think she's pretty? No.
Yeah, you can't win. They're traps.
This one scares me. Questions girlfriends ask that have no right answer. So, am I your type?
Why is that one bad?
That one scares me a bit.
Why is that?
Because I feel like I don't want her to think that like I just have a type.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You do have a type.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's fine in saying. I think I would admit, like, yeah, you're my type.
Yeah, I mean...
That's not a bad thing. Like, I think you're hot. Like,
True.
You tick all my boxes.
Fair enough, actually. When you're like, this one's pretty common.
Yeah.
You guys are walking together. Or maybe she's on her phone, you're next to her or whatever, and she's like, oh, do you think she's pretty?
Oh,
like she says she thinks she's pretty.
Trap.
And she's like, do you think she's pretty? And if you're like, no. she's like, oh, she's way prettier than me. What are you trying to say?
It's like, whoa. The trap's even if you look at the phone. Like, do you think she's pretty? Like, why are you looking?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw one. It's the same thing. It was on TikTok. And this girl was like, wow, she has the biggest bum. And then the boyfriend, like, puts his sunnies down to have a look. And she goes, did you just put your sunnies down? He goes, I thought I saw a shark. But if you're trapping us like that and you're saying a question like, do you reckon she's pretty or do you think, look at that chick's tits? You're like,
yeah.
If you said, look at that guy's weird mole, I'll look at it.
Yeah, why are you guys? Yeah, true. If you anything with like, look at, my instant reaction is going to be like, huh?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It could be anything.
Jesus Christ. Questions girlfriends ask that have no right answer. Would you tell me if we ran into someone that you have slept with?
Oh, I think I've had this question.
Shit.
I think I said, no, I'll tell you after. Is that the right answer?
You wouldn't introduce someone as like, hey,
no, like
someone I've slept with.
Normally you see someone like coming up and like, oh, fuck, you know, like, oh,
you don't go like, oh, I slept with her. Here we go. Hey. So you would tell her after?
I think so. I think so.
What about if you ran into...
Is that the right thing to do, Tom? Or just leave it in the air, like what they don't know doesn't hurt them?
Yeah, I don't know. When like ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Really.
Like,
but it's like you don't want them to find out somehow later.
I'd probably be so awkward. Then she'd be like, that was weird. I'd be like, oh yeah, I slept with her.
Oh, you just would hate to know. Like, because I put myself in the shoes of if I was with my girlfriend and she ran into a guy and then afterwards she goes, oh, actually, I've slept with him.
But as a guy, I wouldn't want to know.
But for some reason, girls do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to know, actually.
I wouldn't want to know, but... Is that one of those things where they say they want to know, but they don't really want to know because it'll hurt them, but they do want to know?
I don't know. I think sometimes they just want to be heard.
Yeah. But my answer was I'd tell them after.
What about...
There's only like 2 or 3 of them in the world.
Good point, eh? The chances of us running into someone I've slept with anyway is slim as a fucking Slim Jim.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Alrighty.
That was good for me.
Questions girlfriends ask that have no right answer. Do you remember all the names of the people you've slept with?
That is a trick.
That's a fucking hard question, eh?
But if you say yes, you're like, do you think about them? But if you say
no, then it makes it sound like there's heaps.
Yeah. Oh, my answer would be like, yeah, if I thought about it.
Or like, if I thought about it.
Like if I went on my hands right now and really thought about it, I could think of them.
Yeah, okay. Also, like the fact that we're 24.
Yeah.
You could be like, you know, if I thought about it, like not that there's a lot, but if I had to think about it, I would be thinking for a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Like,
Would that work?
I gotta go way back. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit. You could be like, well, if you think it, like, here's one way to do it, okay?
No, it's the right answer. I was a monk before I saw you.
Yeah. She's like, would you remember all the names of the girls you slept with before me? Like, before you?
Yeah.
There was no before you.
Or you just even say, all the girls, Cassie. That's it. You are my thirst.
Oh, good idea. Ignorance is bliss, mate. If we broke up, would you unfollow me?
That is a loaded question, eh?
Genuinely, my answer would be yes, I would.
No, you don't answer that. You idiot.
Yeah, shit.
You fucked it.
Oh, I fucked that up. Idiot. How many other girls have slept in this bed?
I just got a new bed. I don't know.
Easy one is none.
Yeah.
Easy one is none.
You just say no. It's like, I just got a new bed. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, this is my last one. If we broke up, would you ever bring another girl over?
We're never going to break up.
Yeah, buddy. Gotcha.
No one's easy. What's
Good
with
question.
this of them trying to trick us?
Actually, yeah, it's a good question. I would love to know like why girls like knowing the answer to these things.
It's just going to hurt them.
All right, Oddy, I have a question for the team of 2 in the room.
Us too.
For you and I.
Okay. Is that where you tell people we are the team of 2?
I got a question for the team of 2.
Please tell me you don't tell people like we're a team of two.
No, I've just thought of it then. I wanted to say like, all right, I've got a question for the team of two.
Just us two. Would be cool to have a team.
It would be pretty cool to have a team in here. Yeah, like someone that's like a producer, editor, maybe a sound guy.
Yeah.
Get them involved a bit.
Someone's got like signs going, Q, say this now.
Okay. If someone offered you a box with everything you've ever lost, what's the first thing you would look for?
Wow. Everything I've ever lost. Do you want me to go deep or like just normal?
Just what comes to your head.
My first initial thing was when we were in Bali last year, I lost the blue Von Dutch hat at Lambogan Beach. And I was so sad I lost that. That was my favorite one at the time. This is now my favorite one, my pink one.
Yeah.
But it was dark and I ran back to that beach to go find it because we were having dinner and the tide had come up and it was gone.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I was so angry.
Oh, no.
That's the first immediate thing that came to mind. What about you?
The first immediate thing that comes to my mind is when I was like, I want to say 7. I have a stepbrother. His name's Travis, older than me. When I was 7, he was like fucking 20 or something.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Just known him like my whole life, basically. And
First time you've mentioned
he lives
him.
in Canada. He's from Canada. And I was living in Canada and I had this, he was over there and he actually was just going through some of his old stuff because he had moved out a couple of years before. And I was just with him, hanging out with him as a 7-year-old does. And then we found this bag of things called Pogs, Pogs. I had no idea what they were, but they're like a collectible coin.
Yeah.
Right? Like a game. And he was like, oh, these are Pogs, man. Like he was telling me about when he was like my age and like up in his teens, like how much fun he had with his friends collecting these things and like the rarity and like what you do to play the game. And so he gave them to me and he picked one of them up and he said, this is the rarest one. Do not lose this.
Oh.
He said, do not lose this. All right. And then I put it in a little toy plastic safe that I had in my room and it sat in there forever, man, forever. And then one day, show and tell day at school. And I'm like, I want to bring that cool thing my brother gave me.
My Pog, yeah.
I want to bring my Pog that my stepbrother gave me. And I bring it in, right? And in America and Canada, the desks, right? Every single desk has like, it's like desk. And then it's got the storage compartment underneath where you put all your books because you have the same desk all year, every year. And then you have your pencils and stuff. And so I go and we went into the music room and we were doing show and tell in the music room, all right? I put my Pog in the desk. It's not my normal desk. It's just a music room that we go in every once in a while. Put my Pog in there, forget the Pog.
Wow.
All right?
Yeah.
And then I realize it like after lunch. Same day I go back and look for the Pog gone.
It's like the tide
How
came
the
up.
fuck? How am I supposed to know where it's gone?
The tide came up in the music
Never told
room.
him. He's never asked.
Wow.
So if he ever hears this, he's going to be like, my Pogs, even though he's like fucking nearly 40 now. He's so much older now. He's like 30. He's like 36 or something.
Imagine he just messages you, Jake, and he's like, where's my Pog?
Any chance you got those Pogs? Me and my friends are getting back into it. And I just remember being like, it was like one of my biggest fears at the time, him finding out that I lost the rarest Pog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It
man?
goes back one of those things he doesn't know doesn't hurt him.
Exactly. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss.
But I was going to say, with that question, it's one thing that you've lost that you miss the most. Like, you could actually pose it into what's one emotion in your life you wish you had more that you sort of don't have?
Oh, one emotion in my life that I wish I had more of.
Like love, anger, hate. Mate, I sometimes
What
wish
are
I could,
the emotions?
Like, there's heaps of them. But I sometimes wish I could hate someone more. Like, I'm just so easygoing, and then like hate doesn't stick around my body. I'm like, I really wish I could hate this person.
I'm very, you know what? I don't think I lack it, but I do wish I had more appreciation.
Really? That's a good one. Yeah.
I've been stopping myself a lot lately to be like, oh, whoa, no, I need to appreciate this.
I that makes me think about joy too, because sometimes when we're doing something good or we're having a fun time, my head's already, it's sort of in appreciation too. Like my head's like focusing on the most little minute bad thing. I can't appreciate what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciation's a very good one.
I do think mine's appreciation. Just appreciating like what we have.
Yeah.
Like the fact that although like genuinely, I think if you were to ask me 2 years ago, all right, we'd be a couple months into the podcast, and if someone said like, oh, would you be happy making enough to live but you don't have to work and you're just doing the podcast, I'd be like, mate, that's a lottery to me.
Yeah.
And now that we're here, we don't work. Like we just do the podcast. It's the best thing ever. But where I'm constantly thinking like, how the fuck do we get more listeners? How do we get more of this, more of that? We need to make more money. Like, why am I thinking that?
Yeah, you recently took a Sunday off, and I don't know what you did, but you're just taking a Sunday off with this job. You're sort of like, your brain's always in it because you're always thinking about more listens, more views, more fucking everything.
Best thing I ever did, by the way.
And I was going to say you had the Sunday off, but maybe a Sunday off for me will be beneficial just to appreciate what we're building during the week. And I'm also going to take it like one level further, like my relationships with my family, like the position I'm in there, like having a loving girlfriend that I love, and then my family loves me too. Like it's a lucky thing that I don't appreciate as much as I should.
Fuck yeah. Like on Saturday night at about 5:30 p.m, I turned my phone off, like off.
Got a message. I got a voice message or a phone call from Jake, and he's like, "I'm turning my phone off all Sunday. You're the only person I'm letting know."
You're the only person that I would have thought would maybe reach out to me. So I was like, I better let him know. I better let Oddy know.
Yeah, that's what was funny.
And so I let him know, and then I turned it off. And I went that night. Like Henry and Beth were at my place. Went to Dad's place for a fire with family. Didn't have my phone. And when you don't have your phone, you kind of notice how much everyone else goes on theirs.
Yeah.
And and I was just like, every time I noticed everyone on theirs, I'm like, I would have been on mine right now. So it's like, I go on mine a lot.
Yeah.
And then came home, went to bed, usually watched TikToks before I go to bed, didn't do that. Still fell asleep fine. I, for some reason, was thinking like, am I going to be able to fall asleep as easy without just like scrolling?
TikTok's probably bad for falling asleep.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. So I'm in bed, Beth's having a shower, right? And I'm just like cuddling Henry. And I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And so she comes out and I'm like, we have to go to sleep now because I'm tired. I was like, we have to go to sleep now. And then woke up, no alarm, was great. And then the next whole day, no phone. And I'm not going to lie to you, I think because like Henry and Beth were there, I went and played tennis with like my dad and Joanna and my cousin. And
Had a very wholesome week. Fire,
it was just like a very wholesome.
tennis.
Yeah. So I want to do it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I just need to do it every Sunday or something. I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to turn it back on Sunday night because I was like, I'm just going to fucking
think about everything
I'm just going to go check how many followers we got. I'm going to go check what how the videos are doing. I'm going to go check this. So, but
it's a toxic, like it's a bit of a reoccurring cycle. But
maybe when you're in Bali, you should fucking
zen out a little more. My plan was to grind in Bali, grind content.
Oh, right. Well, you can grind content for 6 days.
Yeah, exactly.
And then turn it off for
maybe
24 hours.
Maybe I will do that. It's probably a good idea to reset.
Just do it just like once a week, turn it off.
But yeah, it's so hard to, even when you're working like in normal day-to-day jobs, like it's so hard to turn off sometimes in the night.
Yeah.
And just like switch off from, even like, I know you're a teacher or you're a nurse, not thinking about what's going on tomorrow. What do you got to do tomorrow? What do you do in the morning before you go to work?
Yeah.
It's so hard to just like disconnect from that and just like be in the moment. Even like I've been really liking my Netflix time, like from like 8 till 10. I'm trying to get off my phone like as much as possible. I say to my girlfriend, like she says as well, she reads, but I like watching Netflix.
Yeah.
She goes off our phones. We don't text each other or anything. And then I just trying to enjoy the Netflix film because I'm watching a TV series, Star Trek, love Star Trek.
Fuck.
Just watching it again. And I'm just like, I just want to be here in the moment with Star Trek and just enjoy it, which is so much like
harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
It's way harder than it sounds.
And then when I really like concentrate on it and like I'll be in like 45 minutes in and I was like, fuck, this is sick.
Yeah.
But then if I'm on my phone, I won't appreciate the show as much.
Yeah. Yeah. Even one thing I hate that I do is I try and I'm like, if I've got a couple hours here before bed, it's like, why don't I maybe use it to try and get ahead on some editing?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, I'll edit tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Like, just do it tomorrow, you dweeb.
I literally caught myself out today. We were getting dilemmas for Patreon and it was like 8:30. And I was like, oh, I'll get it started on tomorrow. I'll get dilemmas. I'm like, what am I doing? I have like an hour before we start recording tomorrow.
Just fuck yeah. Like, I wake up with so much time to do it.
Yeah, and I said, oh, fuck, I'm turning my computer off because if I leave my computer on, I'll come back over here.
And you'll see it on. You'll walk past your room, the glare out. You'll be like, you look good.
It's
you
like
look
a snack.
fucking sexy
It's like a
right
sweet
now.
treat.
I could get in there and I could fucking get ahead. I watched a fucking
Before you
movie.
said get head. Get in there and get some head from my computer, get ahead.
I watched a good movie last night on Prime.
What is it?
It's called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
That's such a new movie.
No, it's new.
What is it?
It's got like Henry Cavill. It's got Alan Richardson, who's the guy that is in the new Jack Reacher. Big dude.
Yeah, I know who it is.
It's got good actors. And it was a true story, based on a true story. And they got the story from Winston Churchill, his like open files that have since been open since 2016 or something like that. And so during World War II, right? It's just about this story about they had to use like convicts to do this mission because it had to be off the books because what they were doing was considered to be like a war crime maybe, and so it would have been it would have been worse. I think it basically America wouldn't have helped them in the war or something, England in the war, and I fucking recommend watching it.
Okay,
it's like it was a cool movie. Like the Henry Cavill's just a fucking beast actor in it, and it's
didn't do a very good. You just sell on me just then.
Right, I didn't want to waste heaps of time, but I'll try and you know what I could try and sell it on you with.
Yeah, we used to do movie synopsises on the pod.
Like I could do one, but so here's one thing I will try and sell you with it. So the guy Henry Cavill plays, he used to be a major, and then he like went to jail, and then they needed him for this mission, right? The guy that wrote James Bond based James Bond off this guy.
Oh,
yeah,
actually off this guy's real life.
Guy's life.
Wow, no way.
So like
James Bond is like not based off anything.
He would have like dramatized James Bond, obviously, but he like what gave him the idea was like this guy's a fucking beast, and he was just a mad dog.
Do you reckon anyone will do that about us one day?
Do that about us?
Yeah, like base a movie James Bond off us.
What about fan fiction?
Yeah, fan fiction.
Like the boys were in there doing an IG question. Things got heated.
Yeah.
Jake opened his legs.
Mate, your immediate thought goes to an erotic novel, not fan fiction.
I thought fan fiction was erotica.
I think fan fiction can just be fan fiction, like something like you turn
into.
Well,
that's fiction. Erotica's fiction. We're not going to do that.
You turn into a dragon and fly away is fiction.
Well, that's also fiction, but I don't think anyone wants to read that. Fan fiction's all about the girl who was writing something steamy.
What, Jake opens his legs and on he goes. We got to stop talking, or else we'll write our own book.
Yeah, we might start writing the basis of a book for someone. There might be a novel come out soon.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for listening. You know what to do. Patreon is there for an extra episode every single week. For $5 a month, you know what to do.
Go sign up. You get an extra episode every week. Every 2 weeks, you get a Dilemmas episode. And every Sunday, you get a vlog.
Thank you very much. And we love you.
We love you.
Bye.